Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today here at SauceCon. My name is Duane Swizdaryk, and I'm the product manager for Sauce Visual here at Sauce Labs. Today I'm going to be talking you through this presentation around how to scale your testing with visual tests. I'll go over the value implementing visual testing in general, and then go into how Sauce Labs achieves this goal, and then roll into a demo of how the product works. Let's get into it. Let's start out with why visual testing has become an important part of testing practices. As everyone knows, every company is now a software company. Digital experience for customers matter. Reducing the number of barriers can create a different experience for your customer who want to purchase your products or services. Within the DevOps test toolchain, automated and functional tests have a specific place where, of course, they are there to test the functionality of your application and catch bugs. However, functional testing is not enough. If a functional test is broken, it's broken. It cannot tell if something has moved or if a visual regression has occurred. A visual regression can make or break a digital experience. One thing to note about visual testing is that there are different kinds of visual testing based upon what stage of the testing process you want to implement, or what kind of structure you and your team are working with. The two kinds of visual testing are component testing and visual E2E. With visual component testing, you are using a component library to instantly get automated visual regression tests. Visual E2E is testing your UIs across different browsers and resolutions. Visual E2E tests your entire test suite. With visual component, it's specific to testing the visual regressions that might occur on a page or a specific component. So what exactly is visual testing? It is a testing process that simplifies your UI testing. It allows for a single visual snapshot to cover hundreds of assertions. This functionality allows to clarify if a visual regression has occurred within your application. For example, if something is moved, changed color, etc. With visual testing, you're able to leverage existing Selenium tests to make sure you're testing both your functional and visual aspects of your UI. You can reduce your time in writing and maintaining these automated tests. Simply put, visual testing provides more coverage with less code. Now, let's look at an example of how a tool might provide visual testing by taking a look at Sauce Visual. As we've already seen, visual testing is an act of using a visual tool to identify visual regressions that your functional tests are missing. Sauce Visual is one of these tools that provides this. First, I just want to highlight some aspects of Sauce Visual. First things first, Sauce Visual is a tool that helps you and your team find the root cause analysis of a visual regression, rather than simply identifying them. Sauce Visual also is a tool that fits into your software development pipeline early by leveraging your existing Selenium tests. And finally, it is a tool that provides both visual component testing and visual E2E testing for whatever stage you need them. Last year, Sauce Visual took over 83 million snapshots, delivering digital excellence to customers all over the world. Now let's take a look at how Sauce Visual functions. As I mentioned, with visual component testing and visual E2E, they are both functionally similar. It's in the act of capturing screenshots and referencing these against a predetermined baseline to see if any visual regressions have occurred since you might have changed anything in the application or website. On the previous slide, I also mentioned that Sauce Visual has the ability to find the root cause analysis of regression and that have occurred on the hybrid diff benefit model. This is done on the backbone of Sauce Labs and provides pixel by pixel comparison of the DOM snapshot that exists in finding the root cause analysis of the regression. Finally, Sauce Visual has an easy setup to simply add a few lines of code to your Selenium test to get started. Now, let's see the demo in action. So here we are in Sauce Visual. When you first log in, you can see there's two paths to learn how to do visual regression testing. And for today's demo, we are going to do an E2E type test. As you click through, it'll give step-by-step instructions on what it is that you need to put into your tests using a range of different languages so that you can be successful. Now, in another screen here, I'm just going to kick off a test that you could find on the Sauce website. And as you can see, our test has started to run. So during this time, Sauce Visual is taking a snapshot of your DOM. It is doing asynchronous renderings. So depending on how you've configured your test to run against multiple browsers, multiple configurations, all of that is being done in the background as quickly as possible. And this will just take a minute or two. All right, as you can see, the test is complete. You can see that because there's no previous baseline, we have a change. If we go in and review, we can see the snapshot has been taken. It's a full page, so these are E2E tests. And then once you've accepted the snapshot, you've created your baseline. Now what I'm going to do is run a test again on the same page with a small change, so then we can see what Sauce Visual can do. As you see, the test is running again. Within the UI, there's different pieces of information that you could see that can help for debugging, for understanding the test that's being run. We do have build histories so that you can go back and look at things that you've run in the past to see if there's any previous regressions. And there's information about the types of tests that you're running, the browser, the size of the viewport. All right, as you can see, the test is completed. Sauce Visual has seen a regression, has seen a change, and we can go in and take a look at that. So as you can see, there's been a change up in this navigation. Now, we have some other benefits of Sauce Visual here. So over here, when we look at the changes, it's going to tell us with more detail on what those changes are. And we have a choice here where we can ignore those changes. Now, by ignoring those changes, in future tests that are run, that section of the website will no longer cause a failed test. This could be useful for times where you're using dynamic content. If you're happy with the changes that you've seen, then once again, you would accept everything, and you're done. You've run your end-to-end visual regression testing with Sauce Labs. I hope you enjoyed my demo. I'm looking forward to any questions you may have. Thank you very much.